everybody, welcome back to the Farmstead. I wanted to do a video from some of the progress we've been doing, and just for everybody to know, Hope's doing well. She's progressing, a couple of setbacks here and there, but she's doing well. But for the channel, I haven't really done much of a update video because we honestly haven't been able to do that much with all the stuff going on with the hospital and those types of things. So what I thought I would do is give a quick walkthrough of the building. I've actually stayed over a couple of nights now just to, kind of get the feel for it, work things out. Actually wanted to see if I could catch any predators, over by the chicken coop and things like that, like at nighttime. See if there's anything that's showing up here at night. Let's take a walk inside. I'll show you what's going on. All right, so knowing that it's been a while, I just thought I would do a couple of things, show a couple of things. I don't know if anyone was interested in where we're at on that. So the door itself, I actually made that out of the forms that we used for the concrete on the outside. I had a big pile of form wood sitting here, and I didn't want to let it go to waste, and I actually needed to make a door or buy a door, and a door of that size that's like steel or something like that is very expensive. So I made that door. I'll just walk through it real quick and show you what I did. So I doubled them. I doubled 2x10s. Makes for a really big door. But it works well. It looks pretty good. And what I did was I torched it. I used the propane torch here, and I torched it, and then I had some stain I went and bought. It's actually some pretty good stuff for the porch deck, because I actually did the same thing on the porch deck. I torched all that wood so it makes the grain pop, and then put a sealant stain sort of deck stuff on it for the outside, which I think it came out pretty good. I like it, for it being form. They used to be forms, and now it looks like a pretty decent door. Then I put the steel straps across and bolts straight through. Give it that strength, Anyway, I thought it came out pretty good. It works for what it does. And I still have to get a piece up here and paint. There's going to be another piece of plywood I have over here. I'm just so busy, I don't have the time to stop. I just got to cut one piece of plywood and kind of double that top up right there, and then paint or caulk and paint it all. But I made the frames out of treated 4x6s that we had kind of like cut-offs and leftovers from doing the deck upstairs. I had some different ideas on what I wanted to do when I started, and to be honest, I bought all this wood. It's been a year and a half now, because I knew it was going to be quite a mess. There's some stuff you can see coming down the pipe, and the supply chains were being broken. I knew that the prices were going to skyrocket, so I bought all this and I got it all at a really good price. And then I cut them out to fit the door all the way around. And we're going to do the same thing. We'll just, paint all that up and clean it up. But it's actually pretty good now as far as it being airtight. It works pretty good. Like I said, I stayed over, made a little wood burner here to keep the place warm. And it's the first time I've ever experimented with something like that. But it works. There's like a little kit that you can buy. Has all the, this door here and the little stands on the bottom, and the flue that's on the top here. Obviously it doesn't, I don't think it doesn't come with all the pipe. I bought all that, but I think it works pretty good. It keeps the place warm. And you don't have to burn a lot of wood to keep the place warm neither, which is actually great. It's pretty efficient. And this whole place isn't really insulated, so that's really good. All right, I'm gonna try and make this a quick walkthrough because I could get in depth with a lot of stuff. And if anybody's interested in any of the stuff that they see through the walkthrough, just kind of let me know in the comments, and I'll make another a video specifically on whatever anyone would like to know about. But so electrically, everything is solar. There's no power coming from the power company here. So, as you can see, the lights are on there. They've been on. These are the batteries I'm using for now. They were actually pretty good batteries. They're working. And I got them at a decent price. I'm going to upgrade those to better batteries for more, long-term, stability, so that the things can, not have a problem with them later with like losing a charge or something. And then the inverter, which is, I switched out the inverter from the one that came with the original kit that I bought. This one seems to work much better. And then just for myself, what I did is that's a GFI. I put that in between. And if you know anything about GFIs, they read the neutral. So that if there's an issue, it's more sensitive. And I figure that way I can try to stop the inverter from getting blown up if something does happen. I got it all grounded and everything just in case there's some kind of an issue, but you never really know. And this is all, it's kind of a work in progress. I'm going to see, we're doing some testing with everything again, with my daughter and work and all these other things. It's hard to, I can only do a little bit at a time. So right now it's just 120, but what I'm going to try to do is get a 220 out of it for the bus bars here. We're only working off the one side right here. What I did was I put that in. That's the 100 amp main. That can work if I were to feed to the service on the outside and, get power from the power company. And then that would be what that worked for. This 30 amp, this double pole, goes to a generator plug on the outside. Just on the outside of this wall, there's a generator plug with a generator sitting below it. And that's that will, worst case scenario, if we need 220 for some reason, short term, say something happens, the batteries ain't working that well, we can still have power. It'll still work. It's a short term solution, but I'm really thinking that these solar capacity, all these things is going to work pretty well. So that's, just trying to cover some bases, try to, there's no major changes that need to happen if, something happens with the batteries. I don't have to get into trying to rewire and do all this stuff. It's just ready. I can just switch it over with some minor adjustments and get it going. Right now, we're only using 4 circuits. That's all we need. There's a couple of lighting circuits and a couple of plug circuits. We're not doing anything crazy here. No one's living here. So, for a while we're here, it works well. I haven't had any issues yet. We've worked our way through some issues with the batteries, the battery bank, nothing crazy, but, just trying to learn as we go. Again, this is just it's about $1,000 kit that I bought. It's called a Nature's Power, and they're not top of the line by any means. So, it just came across, I bought it, and it's working. So I can't complain. One other thing is that I put this one in. If from my earlier videos, I made a solar water pump. Essentially, this is the same thing, only I just converted it to the inside. When I made that video, I said what I learned from doing that, we're going to transfer it to the building once it's built, which we did. So with this charge controller up here, right here, it's supposed to be used for a light, if you want to. It kicks 30 amps. Instead of me using it for a light, because I have everything ran through the panel, what I did was I used it for the pump, to get the water inside through the house. So that's ran through some conduit. It's run over to here, and ran to that shore flow pump. It pumps the water from the outside from the rain collection barrel, and it works pretty good. It has a little bit of a well, I'll just turn it on and show you. See, as you can see, it does a little like a pulsation. But like I said before, this is the whole thing's sort of an experiment, right? But the point is that it's working. You know, like we can wash things in here, we can do things in here, we can, you know, we can use it. It's not drinking water. You'd have to treat it because it's from rain collection outside. But you know, it serves its purpose. It's working. You can rinse things, you can wash things, you can, you know, you could do all that stuff with this sink, which is great. You know, you want to come in, you want to wash your hands or something, can't beat it, right? And then I have another water line ran over to here because that is going to feed the toilet once we set it. I'm thinking I'm going to put some tile on the ground and then put a toilet on. I'm going to probably put some ceramic tile, you know, on the floor. And then we'll put the toilet in, and I'll frame just a sort of a wall right here to have a little bit of privacy. And that's where we'll have the toilet. And the toilet goes to a septic tank, and the water goes to the gray water outside. So, boom, you know, like, hey, for what we're trying to do, it works. It'll work. I cannot, I can't really ask for much better in the situation that I'm in. You know, we can't spend $1 million on all this stuff, right? So, you know, for what I'm spending, for the experience that I have and what we're learning, it's working. And as time goes on, adjustments need to be made. We'll make them. So yeah, the place is a little bit of a mess right now. You know, we're cleaning up a little bit as we go, but also the steps. So this, you know, you can see the steps. I also torched those to kind of match everything. I just thought it'd be cool. You know, why not, right? You know, the torch, I have all that stuff, so why not just do it? And it kind of gives it a cool look, and everything kind of matches. Like I said, not everything is, you know, complete, but we're working on it. We're getting there. It's not too bad. I mean, like I said, you know, it's not a mansion, but you know, worst case scenario, we're self-sufficient here. These are actually another set of batteries that I'm gonna experiment with. I have 2 more of them for that reason. And then this is the upstairs. So, you know, like I said, there's a cot up here. I spent a few nights up here, like I said, just to kind of keep an eye out. That way I could see if there's any predators showing up at nighttime, sniffing around, those types of things. Keep an eye on everything, kind of get the feel for everything. So we still need to insulate and drywall. Ceiling's just gonna, we're just gonna probably put this stain on the ceiling. I gotta do some finish work in here. But as far as weather tight, it's sealed up. The roof's on, the windows are in, the doors are in. There's no air coming from the outside. It keeps a pretty good temperature in here with that wood burner going. I'm actually surprised. The other night it went down to 29 when I decided to stay up here, and you wouldn't have known from the inside, so that's good. We're gonna put some sconces on the wall. There'll be one there and one there. Light switch at the top of the steps. So, yeah. That one doesn't have a bulb in it. But the one on the steps is a 3-way, not on with the one upstairs. I figured I could work and maybe possibly a night light of some kind, you know, like that's the one you can keep on at night, go up and down the steps if you have to when you're here, that type of thing. And you know, the other switch is down at the bottom of the steps. Then the other switch that's there, one's for the steps and one is for the downstairs. There's a switch at the front door and there's another one there. You come in, you want to turn off the lights to come upstairs, boom, up the steps. Right? Like I said, I'm trying to make this a quick walkthrough, but I just see everything. So some of the things, this is the wood that I milled in some of the earlier videos. We're actually going to be able to see that. If you can see closely, it's a piece of maple, but it's going to stick out of the wall. So you can see right there how it protrudes from the plate. You're going to actually see that. Once the wall's finished, the drywall will, you know, butt up to it. Drywall will come up to here, so you'll be able to see it. You're going to be able to see that one there. I'm thinking linseed oil to cover it and make the grain kind of pop. That header right there, this one, this is the one that we milled. Maple, maple tree, another one from a maple tree, and then another post over there. Some of the windows also have plates from the stuff that we milled, like over here too. So yeah, put a few plugs up here. There's one over there, and there's one on the other side over there. I'm actually going to add 2 more plugs on the other side of this room when I get a chance. It's not even a necessity, but I just figured for convenience it'd be okay to kind of have that. We'll go outside real quick. Railing. I routed the railing just so it didn't have that hard edge of 4x6 that this one still does. That way when you lean on it, you're not kind of getting messed up. And again, torched it and stained it. So, not too bad. Came out pretty good. There's treated plywood, 3/4 on the ground. I think I'm probably going to end up just staining that too. We still have to get the stuff on the exterior walls done, but this will hold up good for now until I can get some more funds available to go and buy the siding and then slap it all on it. It would at least not ruin anything. The chimney goes down to the wood burner. And over here on the other side, I'll show you real quick. That's the rain collection. I realize it needs to be black. We're gonna paint it and all that good stuff. This is all a work in progress. We'll probably work with it for a short time, and then I'll clean it out and get it real nice and clean. Paint the whole thing black, keep any algae from growing, and just kind of make it a better thing. Also, the propane tank that's down there, there's a propane hose goes inside. We have a cooktop for just in case you want to cook something on the inside, and that's what we're going to do with it. So like I said, I wanted to, and there's the generator. That's also the generator for the just in case, and the plug right there for the generator. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough because we really hadn't done one in a while. I hadn't really had a chance to do a video about any of the work or any of that kind of stuff. Though the pond, yeah, that was kind of cool too. I got some minnows for the pond, and they didn't really make it. I don't think that they adjusted well going from where they were in the shop, and plus they say they don't feed them, so they're probably not in great condition. One of them was pregnant, had to be pregnant though, because there was a few of them that lasted a really long time, and then I kind of just stopped seeing them, and then all of a sudden out the blue I just seen these baby fish in there, baby minnows, like, and I'm not mistaken about what they are. I've seen them. I have a video I think I took. I'll roll it in real quick right here just so you can see. I think it's kind of cool because it's taken on its own evolution of a pond. Let me show that video real quick. So yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool, one of the fish we put in there had to have had babies or something. And then the thing I'm working on now, I started pushing back that way. If you can see, I cut a sort of a road or a path, goes back that way. It's a little hard to see going this way, but it comes out in there, and kind of just pushing stuff down over that little embankment as I go. Not sure if you can see it, but you can see that little bit of stuff tore up. But we're going, that's the next step, is to get back in there and start getting a place to grow, you know, our crops and such things. So there goes the Kubota. I don't know how I would do any of this without it. I actually didn't think I was going to need it, which is funny, you know. That just goes to show how little you know until you actually get into it without the experience. It's crazy, but that's a huge help, that thing right there. But anyway, like I said, I wanted to make a quick video, give a little update about the progress up here at the farm, and you know, we'll keep plugging along as best we can, and still do everything we need to do with our daughter being in the hospital and everything. So it might be a little bit of slow moving over the winter, but you know, we'll keep some progress going no matter what. All right, you guys have a good day. Any questions, please ask. You know, I'm be more than happy to answer any questions anybody might have about what we're doing and how we did it. All right,